did whatever they want to in the 90s. Richard Gere, Gerbils, Children Doctors, Doogie Howser.
To Be Young, huh?
Yeah, Saved by the Bell.
Oh, I was at the UFC fights the other day, and I saw Mario Lopez.
Oh wow, how's
Crazy
he doing?
every time I see him. He looks younger than when he was working on.
He's got like his mullet back.
Like,
He's just walking
100%.
through.
Like, what grade are you? He was like in 7th, 8th grade now.
Still wearing like those leotards and stuff.
The unitards.
Yeah, the unitards.
Yeah, bro, he looks even better than that now. I don't even know what happened.
He looks
looks
incredible.
Yeah, he was like, he's every ethnicity too.
Looks like he's still captain of the wrestling team.
Oh, dude. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, geez. Sorry. But yeah, guy looks healthy. What I'm saying is this, whatever, dude. I like women. But what I'm telling you is, will you have kids young, you think?
I don't know. I'm pretty good. I think, we've talked about it. We've also talked about adopting kids, but I don't know. I got a lot going on right now. I got Henry. I've raised, I know what it's like to raise a child. I know what it's like to love a child. I know what it's like for a child to love me. I'm not missing anything. Got it. But you never know. You never know. That we could have a child. But right now my life is very, very busy, and I think I have other things that I'm supposed to be doing right now, rather than raising a baby at this particular moment in my life. And I have a lot of work to do right now, and maybe a child will be in the future.
That's fair.
But you asked about nieces and nephews. Yes, I do. I have all my siblings have children, and I'm wild Uncle Steven that goes around the world singing his songs. They're a little bit, I'm sure they're like, what the hell is this dude? Because all my family are still in my hometown. They work on cars, and it's very much a small town life. And then my weird ass does what he does, but they love
cool.
it though.
Oh,
too.
I bet they're so proud of you. It's cool.
Oh yeah, they I don't think they know what to think about any of it, because they've seen me kind of live multiple lives in front of them. That's been one wild thing to see, because my siblings had their children very young, just like my parents did, and so a lot of my nieces and nephews are older now, so that they remember me when I was a scientist, and that's all I was doing. And then they remember when I quit my science job and I was waiting tables and bartending and just trying to get a publishing deal. And then they remember the guy that got a publishing deal and was writing songs for other people, and my dad recording them on the big phone and all that. And now there's this chapter. So they've kind of got to see their uncle go through multiple identities. So if anything, I hope that it's been, helpful for them to see that you're not stuck in any particular life. Like, you can live multiple lives. You can do all kinds of things,
Amen, man.
And I think it's important for them to see that, life has chapters. It's not one chapter. And you're writing your own book, and you can make the chapters as long as you want, but there are only so many pages. And
Amen.
Amen, indeed.
Well, thank you for helping us think about stuff, man, and for giving us some of your music over the years. Dude, I'd love to get together and we could talk again sometime. I feel like there's other avenues of things we could talk about.
Yeah.
And sometimes I realize it's better, to just get together and talk again sometime.
Yeah.
So that way we could go down different roads and think about other stuff. I think today it's been nice to talk about familiar relationships and how some things can influence you, and what it's like living like your father's dream out.
Yep.
We never talked about the theory of evolution, but we can get to that next time, maybe.
Yeah, we can. I'll put a whole presentation for you together.
Yeah. Well, I'll do a little more R&D while you're gone. I think I might hit a petting zoo or something while you're gone and see if I can get a little bit more research done, dude.
Well, I got to say, I probably owe you money, because I feel like I could have paid a therapist a lot of money. I've never had therapy in my life, but
really?
I probably do need it. Haven't. But you said something that was so insane earlier, about the quiet part, about, do you think, you were quiet because you didn't want to affect the world around you?
Yeah.
I think, like I said, that really rocked my world, so to speak. I'll be thinking about that for a long time. there's certain things that we as songwriters say to sometimes to somebody, and it kind of flips a switch, or it makes them think about something they've thought about for a long time totally differently, and that was a paradigm shift, and I thank you for it. So if anything, I walked away with an incredible piece of knowledge that like I said, I could have never even found in therapy, and if I had, it would have cost a lot of money. So thank you. I owe you one.
You're welcome, man. No, you've paid me. You paid in advance, dude. So many times I've listened to your songs in moments where I needed something, or to process something, or just to remember my father. You know, one thing about my dad, I remember he liked to whistle, and he had change in his pockets all the time. So if I hear change, you don't hear change in people's pockets anymore. That used to be a thing, you know, like a older man, he'd have change in his keys in his pockets. And now like a lot of car doors are just auto entry, and it's hooked to your phone, and people don't have change anymore. But that, like when I want to think about my dad, that's one of the first things I'll lay there and think about is the sound of change in somebody's pocket, kind of, you know. But
that was his song.
Yeah. That was his song.
That was like my dad always whistled. He always had a song in his head. He was always whistling a song, or humming a song, or singing a song. He was a song. Like, you know, he was either riding a song wave, or just, you know, being a song without being one.
Yeah.
But there was always like a sound to him. It sounds like your dad had the same sound.
Oh yeah, he was a joyous instrument. But yeah, if we think of ourselves as a song, it's like, what song am I when I go into the room with people? And, you know, and you can be different songs. Sometimes you're a separate song, maybe when it's just you by yourself, or your music's kind of off and you're just sort of listening. But yeah, it's like, what kind of song do I bring into the world? You know? And then do I just play the same song over and over again? And maybe I do that because it's therapeutic to myself, you know? I don't know. But it's been fascinating, man. It's been fascinating to be a fan of yours. It's been fascinating to get to share your music with other people. I've done that a bunch, to connect with them.
Thank you.
You know, tell my brother like, hey man, I love this song, you know, and then he can call me back and like, oh, I see why you like it, you know, and just things like that can bring people closer together. So thank you so much, man.
Thank you. You shared my music a lot on your show, and you talked about it a lot.
I remember Miranda Lambert was in, and we both loved you. And well, everybody loves to talk about you behind your back, Stephen. So I figured we would do it in front of you.
Well, I'm grateful either way that anybody is talking about this music, and you've been an early champion, Theo. Thank you.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but thank you, dude. And Evan Bartels is another great guy. If you're listening to any of his music,
yeah, absolutely.
God, I mean, there's just some people that can just make me feel something, you know. And so thank you, dude. Thank you for helping us feel. Would you honor us and play a song or two before you leave?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Let me play some Gary.
Let's do it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Wilson Jr.
Thank you, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4. Gary these days been lying in his bed, man, working on the same car, going on a decade. Scribbles on junk mail, don't draw attention. I never really noticed, but now that I mention it, there ain't a lot of boys named Gary these days, born with the cigarette glued to their face, fixing about anything a hammer can handle, saving all the money cause a Gary don't gamble. Ain't a lot of girls gonna buy Debbie anymore, but they got the same nicotine pouring out their pores. Time leaves town, but the minute hand stays. There ain't a lot of boys named Gary these days. Gary these days been worried about the bad news. There ain't a lot of teenagers filling up the church pews, no. Burning bush lights, don't talk to his brother. The people even still say grace before supper. There ain't a lot of boys named Gary these days, born with a cigarette glued to their face, fixing about anything a hammer can handle, saving all the money cause a Gary don't gamble. Ain't a lot of girls going by Debbie anymore, but they got the same nicotine pouring out their pores. Time leaves town, but the minute hand stays.